All right, so I was having just a little snag there, trying to get my mouse to the computer to move around. Good morning. It's Monday, December 30th. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Messy Mocha. So go ahead, grab your cup, and let's sip this Monday morning mocha up. Hey, Mob, let's get started. Analyze this at Unwind with Teddy. Shout out to my moderators and all of you who are joining me this day. One more day, 2 days left in the year. All right. Please be mindful and respectful of the words that you choose to use in the chat. You can contact me right now at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. I read my mail all the time, often, and that's my number one, what I use to either respond. I have done a much better job this year, much, much better with responding to DMs on Instagram. Though I have limited, you know, things that I put on Instagram uh, during those discussions. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Love wins. Vicky Black. Jennifer, hey, you just popped in. Says, good morning, loves. Hope all had a great Christmas and have a safe, happy New Year. Your hand is still healing. Which week are you in? It seems like it's been at least 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, hope you're doing better, and I hope you had a good Christmas. Lovely one says, yes, this is the last Monday of the year, and we are right here. Hey, lovely one 2.0. Now, there is a there was a lovely another lovely one or something that I always used to get the two mixed up, but I haven't seen that person around. So now I know it's lovely one. So glad that you are with us this morning. Good morning to Junebug. Says good morning, Teddy and mods and a chat. Okay. Good morning. Fair use commentary. All right. Are you going to make a New Year's resolution? Um, hmm, I think it's something like maybe less than half do, and those who do maybe 40% or just a little greater maintain and keep it. I don't know if I'm making one this year. I hadn't really. I've probably talked about things that I'm going to be doing. But as far as New Year's resolutions, a lot of people, like on top of the list, they want to, have a eat better, lose weight, quit smoking, yeah, do save money, a lot of things like that. Yeah, but hmm, 2025 coming. We are turning the page, and we are. Okay. All right. So, should I get into the five things real quick? By the way, um, there was a rumor floating around on social media that Elon Musk was suing Whoopi Goldberg. And I checked with PolitiFact. I guess they do like fact checking, or they're one of the fact checkers. So Whoopi Goldberg, co-host of ABC's The View, they are reporting is not facing a multi-million dollar lawsuit courtesy of ex-owner Elon Musk. People are even putting out there on social media that he's saying, like, as rich as he is, he could just simply buy The View and then cancel the show. Uh, don't know if it would be that simple, even if you have the money, if the, if it could be that is easy to do. Maybe I should stop saying, because you don't always know. All right. This wasn't true, they are saying in June, when we fact checked a claim that Musk had sued Goldberg and the show for $60 million. And it's not true now, as new claims circulate on social media that Musk is suing Goldberg and The View for $70 million. Elon Musk sues The View and Whoopi Goldberg for $70 million. They lie about me, a November 13th Facebook post said. This post was flagged as part of Meta's effort to combat false news. Well, it keeps coming back, keeps getting circulated over and over and over again. Now, what is this I'm reading? I'm not going to play this, what this woman said, because there's a couple of words she uses. Whoever is Volo, 12 hours ago, says Elon Musk is worth over 40 billion. This woman wants her man to make that much. Delusional? Much? Let's see, what is she saying? Huh. Well, he is the richest, man in the world. She says, what kind of girl are you? Adventurous? No, she's saying she's kidding. She's that. She's 5'5", and oh well. What else is going on? Seriously, in the news, uh, President Jimmy Carter passed away yesterday. He was 100 years old, Carter was the first president to bring diversity to the bench. Mhm. Although he is the only one term president who didn't appoint a Supreme Court justice, his administration broke barriers. Um, it said that at some point he was a one time supported segregation and he came around and supported, he changed over time. Let's He's known for, you know, making peace and bringing together uh, nations for peace. I'm trying to look up one thing. Um, Let me play some music while I'm looking, while I'm searching. You see, if you look at the coffee cup here, see the smoke or steam coming up from it? Let's turn this up just a little bit. I hope you can hear me. I turned the volume down quite a bit. So if you were having trouble hearing, please let me know. Let's see. He was instrumental in supporting the growth of the civil rights movement and became actually an activist within the Democratic Party. Now let's see if we can turn this down. How time brings about change. Now let's see if that was actually true or not. Hang on. Grab your cup.
What it feel like? What it look like? What it be like?
So he did not support segregation in the way that many Southern politicians did during the mid 20th century. However, his position on civil rights evolved over time um, compared to his early political career. His stance was more cautious. Carter grew up in rural Georgia and was shaped by segregated society around him. Turn this way. However, he credited his Christian faith and influence of black neighbors and employees of his family's farm, with fostering his sense of equality. Over time, his beliefs and policies became more aligned with civil rights and social justice. In his legacy, while Carter may have exhibited caution on racial issues early in his career, he became a progressive voice on civil rights and equality as his political and personal philosophies evolved. His presidency from 1977 to 1981 and post presidency work with organizations like Habitat for Humanity solidified his reputation as a champion for human rights and social justice. So, a number of politicians' uh, beliefs and um, thought on civil rights did evolve over time. It did. With time passing and history and laws and that. Um, President Carter was known to be, um, kind, a gentleman, um, and for the most part, you know, just ordinary. Yeah, he didn't come up very wealthy, and he went from a peanut farmer to presidency. Yeah, so he has a long, rich history. He was a state senator, and all the way up to the president. Do you remember? Were you around? I was. Yeah. Okay. What else is in the news? Five things. Let's take a look around. Hang on. Just browsing. One of the that I was listening to this morning, one of the stories that was underreported during 2024 uh, was President Biden's, they are saying, cognitive decline and pushback uh, from reporters, who were trying to urge and ask questions. Do you think that would have been or should have been a story that would have been reported on? Um, because now what we know is different. But it's been a historical year with a set of news events that triggered feelings of despair, but also hope and resilience. So I wonder, could we take a look, a moment to review things for the year, or just do the five things? Okay. So again, to recap, Jimmy Carter, the 39th President of the United States, died Sunday at the age of 100. Carter was surrounded by his family at his home in Plains, Georgia. In his final moments, the Carter Center said, tributes are pouring in for the former farmer, lawmaker, humanitarian, and Georgia governor who served one term as president from 1977 to 1981. President Joe Biden said Carter stands as a model of what it means to live a life of meaning and purpose, and remembered Carter as a dear friend. President elect Donald Trump said Americans owe the former president a debt of gratitude. Carter's wife of more than 75 years, Rosalind, died in November 2023 at age 96. The Carters were the longest married presidential couple in U.S. history. So a lot of history there. Mhm. I didn't know that. Longest married. On to the visa feud. President elect Donald Trump on Saturday defended the visa program that allows highly skilled foreign workers to immigrate to the U.S. It marked his first comments on an issue that has ignited sharp criticism from MAGA loyalists, hoping to restrict immigration. Trump said in an interview with the New York Post that he's a believer in H 1B, referring to the visas granted to thousands of foreign workers who immigrate to the U.S. to fill specialized jobs. In his first term, Trump restricted access to foreign worker visas, and he has previously criticized the program. But during the 2024 campaign, Trump signaled openness to give some foreign born workers legal status if they graduated from a U.S. university. South Korean plane crash. A total of 179 people were killed Sunday in a plane crash in South Korea, according to local officials, in what is the country's worst air disaster in decades. Investigators are working to pinpoint what may have caused the crash of Jeju Air Flight 7C 2216, which was flying from Bangkok. South Korean officials confirmed today that the pilot had reported a bird strike before he made the doomed emergency landing in Muon, South Korea. Experts also told CNN that the plane's undercarriage, specifically the wheels used for takeoff and landing, appeared to not have fully deployed before landing. Just two of the 181 people on board the flight survived. Both were crew members. Severe thunderstorms and isolated tornadoes are forecast across parts of southeastern U.S. today after a line of strong storms tore through Texas and Mississippi over the weekend, killing at least 4 people. More than 14 million people are facing a threat of severe weather today, including residents in North Carolina cities of Charlotte, Raleigh, and Greensboro. This comes after multiple tornado sightings were reported Saturday as millions of Americans were warned of twisters across Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas. Hundreds of flights within, into, or out of the U.S. were canceled Sunday, and over 6,600 flights were delayed, especially those headed into or out of Charlotte Douglas International Airport and American Airlines hub. And finally, gas prices will fall in 2025 for the third year in a row, according to Gas Buddy projections shared exclusively with CNN. The forecast calls for a national average of $3.22 for the year, down from around $3.33 in 2024 and the lowest since 2021. It would translate to American spending about 115 billion less on fuel than in 2022. However, Gas Buddy cautions there are several major wild cards, including President elect Donald Trump's proposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico that could increase gas prices or risk starting a trade war with America's biggest trade partners. I'll be right back. Let's take a listen to some more music. Give me a moment. All right. So I'm back, and it is 35 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock here where I am. So grab your cup. Hey, Mom, let's get started. What's on your mind this morning? Um, how was your weekend? hmm How are you going to spend your last couple of days in this year? What are your plans ahead for next year? Good morning. I see Cindy White just came in along with Gia Papaya. Good morning. hmm How are you going to start your 2025 off? Are you going to cook the like the traditional? Um, well, some people do. Let's just say Southern. Are you going to have black eyed peas, rice, and um, isn't that like one of the main dishes? I know we would have black eyed peas. Matter of fact, I like black eyed peas. I wonder where that came from and why. I can't really think off of the top of my head. If somebody asks me, why do the black eyed peas bring like luck to the new year or something like that? When who started that tradition? Because the way I've always thought of it or was taught or you just learn these things or hear about these things and follow the tradition that black eyed peas are believed to bring good luck and prosperity. So now that I'm looking up the origin, the tradition of eating black eyed peas on New Year's Day is thought to date back to the Civil War when people were grateful to have food to eat and survive the winter. Mm. It symbolized um, good fortune because, and this is true, if you've ever cooked black eyed peas, they swell while cooking. And so apparently that was supposed to be symbolic of increasing your fortune. So small beans also represent coins. I didn't know that. While the greens that are often served with them represent paper money. How many of you knew that? How many of you knew that, first of all, black eyed peas swell when you're when they're cooking? And I like to cook black eyed peas. And as a matter of fact, there's some people, most people that I grew up with, or the way I was taught, is you would soak the black eyed peas overnight so that the outer portion, just raise comes off, and then you can skim it off and then re-rinse your peas in the morning. And that would give the water time to you know, get into the pea. Mhm. Another way that you can do it is, if you don't want to wait overnight, is you can quick prepare your peas. And I think one of the ways is, if I'm not mistaken, bring them to flash start, and then in terms of temperature, and then cook. Yeah. How many of you are going to prepare black eyed peas? And how many of you flavor your black eyed peas with either bacon or ham or neck bones or pork or whatever? Yeah. Or traditional, some people use like stock. Other traditions I didn't know about. You mean to tell me some people add a coin to the pot of peas? And whoever finds it, listen to this, in their serving is said to have the best luck that year. Had no idea. Others eat at least 365 black eyed peas to ensure good luck every day in the year ahead. Now, who would have? I mean, so I learned, okay? Other traditions. Some people add, of course, the coin, but other New Year's foods that are associated with good fortune include cornbread. I didn't know represents gold. Cabbage represents prosperity. Eating black eyed peas for New Year's has long been an African American and Southern tradition. It signifies luck or prosperity, one of the several New Year's foods that are associated with good fortune. Now, how many of you knew that? I I'm telling you, I did not know about putting the coin in the pot. You know what I mean? After all these years, I just, maybe someone mentioned it and I didn't pay, I wasn't paying attention to that part. Did you know about that? No, really. Love wins. Good morning. Let's see. You are chiming in about the Black Eyed Peas. You say, I knew that. I'm from Alabama. All right. Cindy White says, my dad would say it and was cooked for luck that you had them to cook. Did I read that correctly? Oh, my dad would say it was cooked for luck that you had them to cook. All right. And the loved ones continues to chime in by saying yes, to soften them for quicker cooking and to reduce gas when you eat them. Is that you flash or that you soak them? Uh, it is a morning, and yeah, I like to cook. I do. You will be cooking black eyed peas with smoked turkey necks. I have definitely changed. Even in my grains, I put turkey. I do. hmm yeah, like either smoked turkey wings or the legs. Yeah. You made cabbage and cornbread and baked chicken with rice and gravy on Friday. Ooh, sounds great. The reason for soaking the beans and peas. Mhm. Cindy didn't know about the coin, neither did I. Oh, here's another thing. Vicky Black says clean house, wash all your clothes, make sure you have money in your pocket. Will you when you come into the new year? Yes. Okay. Okay. What is it? Is there anything to this, Guy? Or are you just pulling my leg? It says, don't forget to wear your red underwear while cooking your black eyed peas. Okay. What's the significance of that? I can only imagine. Um, maybe the red, the color symbolizes something. I don't know. Good morning. Let's see. Sammy, Quality Queen. What were you called? Like Sammy before? Sammy? I can't remember the full. Okay, but you've rebranded. All right. Yeah. Okay, it's 9:45. I think I'm just about ready to wrap things up. And I've been thinking about shortening my lives, going from like an hour maybe to just this, like 45 minutes. I'm thinking about it, like thinking, would they be better if I cut them down 45 to 30 even? Yes. I don't know. Thinking about a lot of things for the new year. All right. So you can join me later this evening for night talk when I plan to come back right here in the bear cave. All right. On your way out, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. Share this messy mocha. Follow me on all social medias and contact me if you'd like by email at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. hmm That's it. Get your morning started. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies. Please hit the like on your way out. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a great Monday.